Create Studio Pro has an extensive array of options for including gradients in your videos. If you have not already done so, open a new blank project and set the color and size of the canvas so you can easily see the complete canvas.
Move to the top of your screen and pick the shape icon. When it comes into view, you can pick the shape you want to use. However, note that the canvas is now covered by the shape overlay. You want to see your whole canvas, so at this point in time, move your cursor over, press the space bar down, then press the left mouse cursor and move your mouse, and you can move the canvas to where you can see the complete canvas. Now we can come, pick the shape we want, and when we click on it, if we click the fill button, it will fill our canvas. This is what we want because we are going to use this shape as our new background. To add the gradient, we simply have to press the color button. Once we press the color button, we have the color tool panel. Up in the upper right hand area of the panel is the gradient button. It's the center button. When we press it, it becomes highlighted. As soon as it highlights, we now see we have more bars. To create a gradient, a gradient is actually two colors, or several, but two colors, one which is high on one side of the drawing and the other color on the other side, and it is blended between. So in this case we have blue on the left hand of the corner of the drawing. These buttons tell us on this top bar, tell us what the gradient is going to be. So if we left click in one of the bars, I'm left clicking in the right bar, and I pick red, it turns red. We now see that our square turns from red to blue in a regular fashion. Now, once you have that, if you have a little tool here that you can actually change where and how the blending occurs, or the gradation. So you can move it anywhere to make it fit the look you want for this screen. And you can also, now that you have this, you can also add more gradients. For example, we can click on the bar here and pick a yellow gradient. So now if you look at the display here, it shows you what the gradients look like. If we move our little indicator here over, it will change to where that is. We can also see it on our main drawing. You can add as many of these little pickers as you want. To change the color even more, this is the initial change. You can go up here and even more finally pick the color you want. To delete one of these, you double click on it and it will be gone. Now once we have this color, let's say red, this bar down here will again let you pick how intense the color is going to be. You can see it best here in this display as opposed to actually on the screen. One other thing is this little plus button. If you pick it, it will save your screen as you have. Now that you have this color here, it can be used in other items that you make, such as text or other shapes. And that is enough for the standard gradients. Now we are going to look at the radial gradient. It is the rightmost button. When we click on that radial, we see that we get the same bars that we did with the standard gradient. However, this time they're a little bit different in what happens. We will pick a bright yellow for this center one, and we see now that we have a center highlighted with yellow and the blue outline around it. If we move this color bar, we can determine where that yellow is. Now we can change this blue to a red and make it a little darker red. Then if we move this yellow around, we can kind of simulate a sundown. You could play with this, make a bunch of single frames, and actually simulate a sundown or a sunrise for that matter. This radial gives you power to do a lot of things, and other than that, the buttons work the same as they do with the gradient, only this now you have 3 colors. And same, if you double click, it will delete it. Oops, double click up here where it is. And again, you can save it if you want. Now note that this is saved in the radial view, and you can only see it when you go to text or backgrounds or squares or whatever you're filling if you go to the radial view. If we go back to the standard gradient, you'll see the view that we created with that and any other gradient views you've saved. So using this is pretty powerful. You can also, I'm going to assume I haven't done it, we'll find out now, do the same thing with the regular one. If you get a gradient, or if you get a fill here you like, put plus and you've saved it. These can be simply removed by deleting them. And that's pretty much a quick overview of gradients. They are incredibly powerful. You can do so much with them. I would say you can spend literally hours playing with the different combinations, which I have. So have fun.